An amulet is an object believed to possess protective powers, used to ward off demons, evil, disease, bad luck, misfortune, witches, sorcerers, and other harmful entities, especially of a supernatural nature. They have been employed universally since ancient times to protect people, places, and animals against demonic influence and attack. Common materials for amulets include natural stones, crystals, metals like iron and silver, as well as objects imbued with protective power through prayer, magic, or written inscriptions such as charms and prayers. Additionally, sounds like bells, gongs, chants, and songs, as well as fumes, can also serve as effective amulets. Universal amulets have been widely used across cultures to protect against various evils. Bells, for example, are employed to repel demons, evil spirits, and the evil eye. They hold divine associations and have been integral to magical and religious rites since ancient times. Bell ringing, described in Assyrian magical texts dating back to the first millennium BCE, is believed to drive away evil spirits. Nicholas Remy noted that demons are repelled by the sound of bells, often associating bell ringers with lightning strikes, considered under demonic control. Bells are attached to clothing, tied to children and animals, and hung in doorways, with red ties, ribbons, or sashes enhancing their protective power. In folklore, bells are rung during storms, thought to be caused by witches and demons. On nights associated with witchcraft, such as Samhain and Beltane, church bells are rung to prevent witches and their demon familiars from flying over villages. Accused witches in trials testified about being transported through the air to a sabbat on the back of a demon or the devil, only to be thrown off when church bells sounded. Traditionally, church bells are rung when a person dies to protect their journey from demonic attack as they pass into the afterlife. Additionally, fumes from burned incense, herbs, and sacrificed animals are believed to be pleasing to the gods and repellent to demons. The Book of Tobit recounts how the archangel Raphael taught Tobias to produce fumes from the burned liver of a fish to exorcise the demon Asmodeus. Salt is believed to repel demons and evil entities due to its purity, whiteness, preservative properties, and association with life and health. Its nature is contrary to that of demons, who seek to corrupt and destroy. Consequently, salt is often avoided in magical rituals involving the conjuring of demons. Salt has been believed to repel witches and the evil eye for centuries. In medieval Europe, a test for bewitchment involved observing whether a person or animal could consume salted food. During the European witch hunts, inquisitors protected themselves by wearing a sacramental amulet made of salt consecrated on Palm Sunday and blessed herbs, encased in blessed wax. Accused witches were sometimes tortured by being force-fed heavily salted food while being denied water. Salt has long been considered a potent remedy against evil spells. An ancient method for breaking such spells involves stealing a tile from a witch's roof, sprinkling it with salt and urine, and heating it over a fire while reciting a charm. In American Ozark folklore, women who complain about food being too salty are sometimes suspected of being witches. Another method of detecting a witch involves sprinkling salt on her chair. If she is indeed a witch, the salt will melt and cause her dress to stick to the chair. Superstition dictates that spilling, borrowing, or running out of salt brings bad luck, likely stemming from its historical value and scarcity. Spilling salt is believed to make one vulnerable to the devil, but this bad luck can be counteracted by tossing a pinch of salt with the right hand over the left shoulder. In Christianity, blessed salt is mixed with blessed water to make holy water. In folklore, running water symbolizes purity and has the power to repel evil. Crossing running water was believed to help individuals evade evil spirits and witches. During the European witch hunts, suspected witches were often subjected to swimming tests, where they were dunked into deep water with their hands and feet bound. If they floated, it was interpreted as the water rejecting them due to their evil nature, indicating guilt of witchcraft. Conversely, sinking and usually drowning were considered as the water accepting them, suggesting innocence. Crooked paths and bridges have long been believed to confuse spirits, including evil ones, thereby preventing their access to a place. The Mezuzah is one of the most significant Jewish religious objects with amuletic properties against evil. It consists of biblical inscriptions attached to doorposts, typically containing verses from Deuteronomy 6:4-19 and 11:13-20. These verses emphasize the commandments from the one and only God, serving as a reminder of monotheism and the importance of obedience. The Mezuzah likely originated as a primitive charm, but by the Middle Ages, it had gained significant power as a protector against demons. Rabbinic leaders sought to imbue it with more religious significance, citing Deuteronomy 6:9, "And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates." However, in popular usage, its primary function remained as a talisman to ward off evil. The Mezuzah's reputation for repelling demons was so potent that both Gentiles and Jews adopted its use. It was also thought to ward off premature death. Many households installed Mezuzah in every room. Individuals often carried small Mezuzah as personal protective charms. Strict procedures were observed for crafting a Mezuzah. It was traditionally written on deer parchment according to specific guidelines outlined in an amulet table found in the angelic Sefer Raziel, and it was created under particular astrological and angelic influences. According to one set of 10th century instructions, it was to be written only on Mondays during the 5th hour, governed by the sun and the angel Raphael, or on Thursdays during the 4th hour, governed by Venus and the angel Anal. Mezuzah were encased in protective cases, with strict guidelines against altering the face of the parchment but allowing writing on the back. A popular medieval edition was the name Shaddai, believed to be particularly potent in repelling demons, often revealed through small windows cut in the back of the Mezuzah cases. Other editions included names of God, additional Bible verses, names of angels, and magical symbols. Frequently mentioned angels included Michael, Gabriel, Azrael, Zadkiel, Saphiel, Raphael, Anael, Uriel, Yophiel, and Hasdiel. Today, Mezuzah are still used both as religious objects and amulets, protecting homes and worn on the person for spiritual defense. Tefillin, also known as phylacteries, are another significant anti-demonic amulet. They consist of a pair of black leather boxes containing parchment inscribed with biblical verses. One box is worn wrapped around the arm, hand, and fingers, the hand tefillin, while the other is strapped above the forehead, the head tefillin. Tefillin serve as a symbol and reminder that God led the children of Israel out of Egypt and are worn during weekday morning prayer services. The Tzitzit, consisting of fringes attached to outer garments, persists in modern times as the fringe on prayer shawls. Alongside Tefillin, the Tzitzit serves as an amulet against accidents, illness, and death. According to the Talmud, the threefold cord of Mezuzah, Tefillin, and Tzitzit forms a potent combination against evil. Whoever has the Tefillin on his head, the Mezuzah on his door, and Tzitzit on his mantle may feel sure that he cannot sin. Moon-shaped amulets, known as moonlets, were traditionally worn as necklaces by both men and women, and were even placed around the necks of animals. Additionally, earrings have been used as protective amulets. The Bible recounts Jacob burying earrings beneath an oak tree, highlighting their significance in ancient times. Christian amulets against evil encompass holy objects and chants, among which the cross and crucifix hold significant importance. The cross, one of the oldest amulets predating Christianity by many centuries, is often depicted with 4 arms of equal length rather than in a T shape. Associated with sun deities in the heavens, it symbolizes divine protection and prosperity, also represented by the Y-shaped tree of life, serving as the world axis bridging Earth and the cosmos. The physical and the spiritual. In Christianity, the cross goes beyond its amuletic origins to symbolize the religion and the suffering of Christ's crucifixion, while still offering protection against evil forces. Legend recounts a time before Christ's crucifixion when Lucifer, in his attempt to usurp God's power, scattered God's angels twice. In response, God sent his angels a cross of light inscribed with the names of the Trinity. Upon seeing this cross, Lucifer's forces weakened, and they were driven into hell. Early Christians adopted the sign of the cross both for divine protection and as a means of identifying each other. In the 4th century, it is said that Empress Helena, mother of Constantine I, discovered Christ's wooden cross during excavations in Jerusalem. Legend tells that out of 3 crosses found at the site of the crucifixion, only one caused the corpse to return to life when brought into contact. Portions of this cross were sent to Rome and preserved in the Vatican, while the rest was reburied. Fragments fashioned into amulets became highly prized. As the influence of the church grew, so did the significance of the cross. It was believed that nothing unholy could withstand its presence. The cross and the sign of the cross were believed to exorcise demons, ward off incubi and succubi, protect against bewitchment, safeguard crops from witches, and repel vampires. In the Middle Ages, inquisitors often wore crosses or made the sign of the cross in the presence of accused witches to counter any evil spells they might cast. People routinely crossed themselves as a precaution against nearby evil entities. In cases of demonic possession, victims often recoil from the sight of a cross. Placing a cross behind the head of a demoniac is a test of possession, while demoniacs may spit on or destroy crosses. Some possessed individuals exhibit stigmata in the shape of a cross. Others, like Clara Germana Celli in 1906, cannot tolerate even the presence of a small concealed cross. In Catholic exorcisms, priests protect themselves and the victim with the sign of the cross, making numerous crosses on the victim's forehead as part of the ritual. Gregorian chants, prayers sung in Latin, are employed in some cases of demonic possession to calm the afflicted individual and to purify spaces. It is believed that demons find Gregorian chant unbearable, making it an effective tool in exorcism rituals and cleansing rituals. The medal of Saint Benedict, often referred to as the metal cross of Saint Benedict, has long been associated with the cross and is considered a powerful symbol of exorcism and protection against Satan and the forces of evil. On the front of the medal is an image of Saint Benedict with a cross and a raven. The origin of the first Saint Benedict medal is uncertain. However, at some point in history, a series of capital letters VRSN SMVSMQLIVB was inscribed around the large figure of the cross on the reverse side of the medal. In 1647, a manuscript dating back to 1415 was discovered at the Abbey of Metten in Bavaria, providing an explanation for these letters. They represent the initials of a Latin prayer of exorcism against Satan. Ve retro satana, nunquam sued mihi vana, sunt malaque libas, ipse venena bibas. Begone, Satan, never tempt me with your vanities. What you offer me is evil. Drink the poison yourself. Saint Benedict medals are carried by individuals and placed in homes, cars, and other locations as amulets against Satan and as reminders to resist temptation. They are believed to offer protection and spiritual strength in times of need. Holy water is a sacred mixture of water and salt blessed by a priest. Salt symbolizes incorruptibility, eternity, and divine wisdom, while water represents purity. Church sites are consecrated with holy water, and Catholic rituals such as benediction and baptism with holy water are believed to ensure physical health and the exorcism of evil spirits. As an additional precaution against demons, salt is traditionally placed in a newborn baby's cradle until the infant can be baptized. Similarly, at death, salt is often placed in a coffin to help protect the soul from demons during its transition from earth to the spiritual realm.